so from that, we build a heat map, right? That looks like this, right? And so this particular version of the heat map, I discretized the court into 1 foot by 1 foot cells. So if you look at only the half court, which is 40 feet by 50 feet, that's about 2,000 cells. So basically, this heat map is estimating one parameter per cell, right? So this is the heat map, or some measure of the probability of where Tim Duncan likes to shoot the basketball. And this is a relatively easy thing to estimate for someone like Tim Duncan, who's a superstar who plays many games and takes many shots, right? Of course, most players haven't taken that many shots. Most players haven't played that much. Right? So it's really challenging to estimate this type of model for most players in the NBA, right? With the exception of the superstars. And so we take a latent factor modeling approach. And I'm interested in details. The publication is on the website. So we take a latent factor modeling approach, right? The goal is to estimate this matrix, this parameter matrix of where players like to shoot the basketball, right? But we're gonna learn it in an explicitly factorized form, right? And you can think of this as player factors and location factors, right? And so this is one of the models that we learned with 10 factors. So we tried a few different numbers of k. So D is 2,000 and M is 457. There are 457 players in the NBA the year that we estimated this data for. And K here is 10. So D is 2,000. So if you take a row of L and you unflatten it to a 2,000 to a 40 by 50 matrix, and you visualize it, you get these. Right? So the model automatically learned from all the players that when players like to shoot from the right corner three, they also like to shoot from the left corner three. So we can learn a single number, which is a row of B transpose, I guess, of how much any given player likes to shoot from the corner threes, wing threes, top of the key threes, left wing, right wing, free throw area, high post, right low post, left low post, and baseline. Right? This is what the model has learned are the quote-unquote equivalence classes where players like to shoot basketball. And now, instead of estimating 2,000 numbers per player, we only need to estimate 10 numbers per player. So every player is now represented as a non-negative 10-dimensional linear combination of these shooting profiles, right? And these are some of the shooting profiles that we estimated for different players. Yes?
Does it include free throws, or is it only when it's
no, not free throws. No. Only live ball shots. Yes?
So all those players, they have a fair amount of minutes in the NBA. So does this work for people who get 1 or 2 minutes a game?
Great question, and the answer is this particular method, no. You need some number of. I mean, let's take Sean Marion. He doesn't actually shoot that much, right? There's 82 games in the NBA. I mean, how many times does he actually shoot? It's not actually that much, right? This is very fine grained, right? Yeah. So he doesn't actually shoot that much. So even for players that play a decent amount, it's really hard to estimate these fine grained spatial models without this type of factorization approach, right? Because if you took a shot, even to Nugget, if you took a shot right here in this cell, what does that mean about taking a shot in this cell, right? But if you can aggregate data across all players and say they vary in a low dimensional way, then you can share information across players. This is what the training data looks like. Every NBA stadium has these high-def tracking cameras hanging from the ceiling. And they track the ball. They track the ball, the players, the referees at 25 hertz, and they give you back XY coordinates. And they also track game events like shots, passes, fouls. Those are. And so the data that I was given to work with is fairly old now, but it has a lot of possessions, right? 80,000 possessions spread across all teams and all players. So now you really have to share. If you treat each player as an individual task, you're You really have to share information across players in order to learn these types of models. Yes?
So you said you're using train based functions. How do you define how many or what kind of calculation you use to determine how many?
For this one?
Yeah.
I use visual validation. Which one, if I were to give it to the coaches, they would be most happy about it. There are other ways you can do validation. Right? So sometimes, you know, there are many cases where the model that you train is not actually used for anything, directly used for anything useful. This happens a lot, but the model okay, that sounded really bad. The model that you train, the first model that you train is not actually going to be used in production. The first model you train is used to gain insight to then do something else. Which means that sometimes your goal, for the first models that you train, your goal is not to maximize accuracy. Right? Your goal is to have a model that's fairly accurate, but easy to interpret. And there are many reasons why you might want to do this. It may be because the feature representation is wrong, right? You have a model that's reasonably accurate, amongst the most accurate models you have. Maybe 80% as accurate as your best model, but much easier to interpret. And then you realize, oh, this feature representation is wrong. Or, oh, the data collecting is bad in this way because I visualized the model and quote unquote debug what's going on, right? So, if you actually work with real messy data, oftentimes the first few models that you train, you're not trying to optimize for accuracy. Like the best possible production model you can get, which is what you did in the Kaggle competition. Your goal is to train a reasonably accurate model that's easy to visualize. And that's what this is.
In that case, you said that you have to unfold it to give like 2,000 numbers. But in that case, you lose the spatial location between like the X and Y.
I'm not sure I understand.
So you were treating the heat map as vector points.
The heat map is a coefficient that gets fit into a logistic regression model. It gets fit into a logistic regression model, probability of the player taking a shot, condition on that, being in that location.
But did you use the fact that heat points are related? You are going to have a smooth transition between points?
Yes, so this is just the definition of a simple logistic regression model, where the coefficients are, what the probability of shooting is basically this coefficient matrix. And we regularize, this is fairly standard, it's just, okay, so I don't have it in here, it's in the paper. We do regularize based on spatial covariance. It's in the paper. Yeah, so I guess I'll just briefly summarize the slide. This is a fairly straightforward model. It's just a form of logistic regression where we're learning a factorized form of the coefficient matrix, where the coefficient matrix is one parameter per location on the court per player. Yes?
So is like D the number of points in the 2D grade?
Yeah, 2,000. Yeah.
And then the values like the counts or seconds that
There are coefficients that gets fed into a probabilistic prediction, just like logistic regression. We learn a model in a very straightforward way. The main difference in this model and logistic regression is that we have a coefficient matrix that we pre-factorize. That's the main difference. Otherwise, we train it in a very straightforward way. So pre-factorize. We have an offset term, or bias offset, which is, and then we pre-factorize the train using gradient descent. So it's not, given what you already learned in class, this is actually not that hard to derive. And it's not that hard to follow derivations in the paper. The main difference, the main extension is that there is the parameter is a matrix variable rather than a vector variable, and it's pre-factorized, which you can manipulate using the standard linear algebra stuff in the beginning of this lecture and from recitation. We can also do other things like where do players like to receive passes, so you can do more. So the data allows you to estimate more than just where players like to shoot. So this would do the same thing. How do intended flow. So this is like a player independent sort of. If the passer's over here, where would the passer be more likely to pass the ball to? And the answer is here or here. If the passer is here, where is the passer likely to pass the ball to? The answer is here or here, and so on and so forth. And there are more visualizations in the paper. Yes.
Do you think coaches will like use it or has anyone contacted you to try and use that, like you to consult for a team?
I don't work directly with teams. I work with analytics companies, sports analytics companies that work with teams. It's a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
But yes, I do work with sports analytics companies. Working with teams directly, I'm being recorded, so okay.
If you know like where passes flow and like where people like to pass and where they like to shoot from, could you theoretically predict like a whole play based on where possession starts and who starts the ball?
Yes, and that is a topic of ongoing research. Okay. So I'm going to close with, and again, sorry to skip these, I'm running a little short on time, but they're all in the paper online. So I'm just going to close with one minor extension, which is tensor link factor models. A tensor is simply a matrix, a higher order matrix, right? Matrix is, you can think of it as a two-dimensional array. A tensor is some higher dimensional array. Here's a three-tensor, third order tensor. Right? And many training data that we get is actually tensor valued, right? So for example, instead of users by movies, it's like users by movies by, I don't know, time of day or something, right? Or this is particularly relevant for many kinds of recommender systems where you want to factor, where you have many different dimensions upon which you want to factorize. So instead of bilinear models, you can do trilinear models, right? Where the rating y, right, that you collect is now a three-way dot product, right? Instead of a two-way dot product. This is not the only way to do a tensor link factor model. This is just one way, probably the most straightforward way to extend a standard link factor. Right, so you have, all right. So here's a good example. Right? If you have online advertising, like you're searching on, let's say, Amazon, right? You have a user profile, you have an item description, and then you have what the user is searching for. Right? A very common one is, if you know from history that the user is a high roller, right, and the user searches for, I don't know, piano on Amazon or something, right, then you might want to rank by the most expensive pianos first, right? Or the user is like a budget buyer, you might rank by the most cost efficient pianos first. So just to summarize, so latent factor models is motivated by the assumption that the true data that you want to estimate a model for lies in a low-dimensional subspace, and this can be used to model things like multitask learning, collaborative filtering, which in many ways is a special case of multitask learning, where the parameters you want to learn for each task vary in a low-dimensional way, right? And based on that motivation comes the entire latent factor model sort of framework, which you can extend to non-negative settings or to higher order, more than two latent factors, three latent factors, like a tensor latent factor. And you can interpret these as, because it makes this assumption of a low-dimensional subspace, you can interpret this as sort of projecting any metadata about user IDs or context about the users into a new feature representation, right? That you can use as features. You can visualize these feature representations that you learn from data to see if there's anything interesting about the data that's maybe not right or jumps out at you. So it's widely used in the industry for both prediction and also for inspection. Any questions? Yes.
So when you when you do that art factorization step, and you take yij minus transpose bj.
Yeah.
So when you have a missing value, you just cut that out of the.
Yeah, it's not part of the training data. Yeah.
So is there any maximum percentage increase in values? Or
Yes, there's an entire theory, well,
okay.
in practice or in theory?
In both.
So in theory, there's an entire, this is one of like the big areas of research in theoretical machine learning. It has many, it's like matrix variable compressed sensing, matrix completion, and there are many different ways to view the problem. And I think it's something like if the true matrix was rank k, you need at least order k log k, something like that, entries observed in order to recover anything resembling true factorization. And so you can fill in missing values. Different people have been trying to prove sharper bounds on this. In practice, people often give up on trying to recover the true matrix Y as long as you can get accurate predictions. Okay, so the next lecture will be on embeddings, and we'll look at one of the most hyped and popular embeddings that people have looked at these days called word to vec. And it'll be the last lecture that's relevant to any assignments or the finals. The next few lectures will be at least an application, and then we'll have a review lecture, which will be basically you ask me questions. Okay? That's it.